Hey guys, welcome to the Igloo. Today is going to be a different type of video, more than what these other YouTubers have been covering, especially in this kind of space. And that was that this 900-hour person was pretty on point when it comes to this, and a lot of other YouTubers cover this, but I wanted to go further and do some actual journalism to this instead of like going through there. And you actually have to get more than one data point when it comes to talking about this and getting any kind of coverage. So I interviewed probably around 15-ish people when it came to like their own experiences and other things, but I'm going to show you some highlights from what I was getting from in my interview process. And a lot of stories were the same, and there was a lot of things that were highlighted when it comes to this, and a lot of them were not exploiting. They just had a lot of crafting materials, or they did some trading. And I wanted to just bring this to light to people to like bring up a discussion for what has been done. And there's going to be some moments where you're going to hear back and forth, and you're going to hear most of this will not be edited. This will only be edited for like short periods, but everything is pretty much going to be in there for most of the conversations. And it's going to be very simple with the questions that I have been asking these kinds of people. Pretty much, what platform are you on? Did you get banned? When did you get banned? Was it because of a mod that you got banned, or a ban wave? And did you have one account, or did you have multiple accounts? This question was mainly answered depending on the platform, but with Xbox, you can actually share your games to other things with the family share thing. So again, like on how other games are when it comes to this was extremely effective. So even if they banned an account, you can just family share it, but that's another issue. What was in your inventory? What do you think triggers the ban? And did you trade often or only when you needed something? And I gave them a final recap for almost everybody that was in this kind of category. But you're going to hear from these people that will remain anonymous when it comes to this because of what this was. And you're going to be seeing pretty much right now in their stories. Enjoy. All right, now you can hear me. I was in the other call. I was trying to figure out what the fuck was happening.
I think that I had my mic like turned off on my phone. I just use this through my phone, but the permissions were wrong. So I could hear you before, but I thought you could hear me and you couldn't.
Nope. I was like, what the fuck? All right, so that's why I was like, might as well give him a call than anything else. All right, so actually I was supposed to have a 2 o'clock interview with another person that was banned on PC with a similar thing that happened to you. For reasons that I'm going to keep your name anonymous, what you want to be called?
Mm.
The Zohan, something like that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. All right. So I have a few questions for you, Zohan. All right. So what platform are you on?
I was playing on Xbox.
Okay. Xbox regular, Xbox X?
Xbox One S.
Okay. So with the Xbox One S, when did you get banned?
It was about 2 days before the last update.
Okay, and for date reasons, Zohan, what was that date?
I guess I'll have to look. Let's see. I guess about a week ago now, so it was like Saturday.
Okay.
Logged in, played Saturday all day, and then I think it was Sunday morning I logged on and got the not authorized message.
Okay. Did you have any mods on your account for Xbox?
No, I don't know if you even can yet.
You still could. It's very finicky. Did you have one account or did you have multiple accounts?
I had multiple accounts.
Okay. And what was in your inventory, like in per se? Did you have a lot of things that were in your junk, ammo? Did you have like a lot of the same legendary weapons?
Well, I had like three different accounts get banned, so I had a plethora of different things. One account definitely had a bunch of stuff it shouldn't have from a long time ago when stuff was just getting dropped for everybody, it seemed. It had tons of Nuka-Colas that got erased and brought down to one, but a bunch of stim packs and bobbleheads and stuff like that too. So I wasn't really surprised when that account got banned. And the other account that got banned, though, just had a junk mule on it. He had my backups and my weapons, no doubles or anything. Um, but he had a bunch of junk on him. Maybe, I don't really know how much, but probably in millions of weight.
Okay. And the third account that we were talking about, Zohan.
Yeah, third account had a bunch of stuff on it as well. It had bobbleheads and stacks of weapons and stuff, so it wasn't really surprising that that account got banned either.
Okay. So you obviously had something that really triggered it because you had a lot of stacks of everything.
Yeah, I wasn't too surprised for getting banned at all.
Okay. So I mean, what led you to counteract? Were you able to get most of your stuff back? How is Bethesda support to you?
Um, you know, I, while not being surprised I got banned, haven't bothered to set a ticket up or anything. So I'm really just waiting, hoping that, because my main was on one of the accounts that got banned. So I'm just hoping that I get him back. I don't really care about my stuff. If I get my stuff back, that'll be cool. Like, I don't imagine I'll have stacks of things, but if I can get one of my weapons back, that would be great. But I don't really know if that'll happen either. Honestly, if I just get my character back with my perks and my levels, I'd be happy. I can go out and find new stuff to use, but that's been the hardest time. I had, over 500 hours logged in on my main and learned so many mods for so many weapons and so many plans. So that was a hard hit, really.
Okay. So there's going to be a few more questions that I ask you, and one of them is like, how big were you in the trading scene versus other things that you were trying to do, Zohan?
What do you mean by that?
Like what were you doing in order to get most of this stuff? Did you duplicate? Did you try to get other things out?
So, a lot of what I was doing was just being in the right place at the right time while other people were duplicating. Seems like when people were duplicating, they were being generous. So they'd make their stuff and they'd leave a bunch of stuff for other people and, pick it up. I did do a lot of trading with that stuff just to, acquire new weapons and armor and stuff like that. But
Okay.
really, it's just picking up a lot of bags.
Okay, and did you also hunt down dupers on servers and take their stuff?
No, I didn't do that. I was friendly, so I was just friendly to the dupers, and they just gave me stuff, and I didn't have to hunt anybody down.
Okay, anything in particular that you want to say before we finish this off?
Well, I understand that what I did, picking up all that stuff or just having all that stuff, was not how the game was supposed to be played. I really don't understand why I got banned after they erased everything. Uh, this is my first online game in a long time. I'm used to single player games, and honestly, when I cheat in single player games, I usually load an old save. I cheat to just play around, and then I load an old save and keep my guy going, pure or whatever. So I wish that there was some sort of option like that where I could go back, either not have the stuff or whatever, but still have my guy and my hours in there. So I
So,
feel,
okay.
pretty let down, I guess, by Bethesda, where they seem like they fixed everything. They stopped the duping. They erased everybody's dupes, but then they went through and banned everybody. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, it also hasn't made sense to me because if you're wanting to erase everything that was on people's accounts and then afterwards you ban them without like putting a ticket in, that's especially different. I've been having this from a few other people, but I wanted to get what your experience was, especially on Xbox because I'm on PC.
Yeah. Yeah, so I wasn't surprised. I did stuff that I shouldn't have, but at the same time, I guess I was a little surprised after they got rid of all my stuff that they still banned me.
At least you didn't need to write an essay.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, I wouldn't mind doing something to be able to get it back. So right now it's just a waiting game. I was really hoping that the update right after we got banned might have fixed everything. Had a lot of hope riding on that and was let down again. And at this point in time, we're all just sort of stuck in limbo. And it's a shame. I think most of my friends got banned. I think a lot of people aren't going to come back. And that's a shame too. The game will live on and new people will come. But I've seen a lot of people come and go already with this game.
Like, how many accounts do you have left now?
Well, I was left with one after the ban wave, and now I have 3. So.
Oh, okay. Wait, did you pick up yours from GameStop because you can get them pretty much for free?
No, with the Xbox, you don't have to buy anything. All you have to do is make a new account on the Xbox, and you're all set. So there's no money involved. Luckily.
Really?
Yep.
Wait, so you can have multiple accounts on the Xbox for free with the family share, right?
Correct.
Okay. All right, cool. So it's even more prevalent on Xbox than it would be for like PS4. So these would be cheaper for you.
Right. Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah. So it doesn't really slow people down too much.
I was thinking like that for Conan Exiles because there was the family share thing that happened on like Xbox, but I didn't know that like it transpired for Fallout. So it doesn't matter on like Xbox. It's actually pretty cheap to just make another account and family share it.
Yep. Yeah. You can actually have 2 Xboxes. I game share with my son, so for the same price as you have to buy a membership to play online. It's called Xbox Live Gold, which is kind of lame. But one membership to that and one purchase of Fallout 76, and we could both have honestly as many accounts on both of our Xboxes as we want.
Hey,
Hey,
all
how's
right,
it going, man?
So I'm here. I'm alive. I just did 2 interviews now. With
Oh my
this.
goodness.
No, I told you I'm fucking ready for this because I want to get other people's perspectives. So like, it was pretty big. Like the other 2 people I got from Xbox, and it's really easy on Xbox.
Yeah.
To make multiple accounts. So that's why I'm trying to like get other people's like inputs and everything else. So
Yeah.
for this reason, what do you want to be called?
Uh, you come up with it. I don't know. Just.
Okay, we're gonna call you Bro Man. Is that
Oh
okay?
my God.
I'm just
Oh Jesus.
You told me to think of it.
That is. Oh yeah, I know. I guess just Guy or something.
Guy?
Honestly, I'm not.
Guy?
Yeah.
We're gonna call you Guy Fieri from Food Network now.
Oh my goodness. I actually did meet him actually. Oh
Yeah.
man.
All right, so we're gonna call you Guy.
It's funny because one of the guys I was talking to, he's actually talking to the same attorney as me, and he's actually trying to get the FTC involved in this matter.
Okay.
That's like it was interesting to hear from him. He's also like a veteran and stuff like that, and Fallout actually helped him out through his time pretty much.
What do you mean this time?
He got hurt in the war. Like he even has pictures of it. It's real. Like half like his head like got hit. Like there was a suicide bomber that hit him about 40 feet away from him.
All right.
Yeah.
So when did you get banned in your category? Was it recently or was it when the first
I got
wave?
banned pretty much over a month ago. And yeah, I tried hearing back from them, and they finally responded a month later saying that I was permabanned.
Okay. So what happened in the process? was there an email chain for what happened with you? Did they actually respond to you, or did they just auto ban you?
They first sent me a message saying that I was suspended for 7 to 10 days while they try to figure out what's going on with my account. And then during that time, I was just waiting. But then a month went by, and that's when they just said, well, you're banned, and we're not going to look at your account or open this ticket again. That's it.
Okay. So did you try to submit another ticket on another account, or like?
I've tried to submit a ticket on other accounts and on this one too, like just stating like, hey, I just want some clarification or I just want someone to, just look at this and or just explain to me what's going on.
Okay. With that, do you have one account or do you have multiple accounts because you're on Xbox?
I only have one account.
Okay. So you didn't do the family share thing?
No, no. I did have a mule on my account that I would just join different games and just drop a bag and hopefully return back to the game if I needed something. That's pretty much just it.
Okay. What do you think that triggered the ban on your account?
Honestly, I mean, I traded with a lot of people, and I'm sure probably some people didn't like my prices, and probably that. And then while I was banned, they updated the game itself, stating, after a certain amount of items, you'll be banned. And I didn't even have a chance to, just discard the items or just get rid of them, or hand them out for free to people. So I didn't even get that opportunity to fix my account during that time.
Okay. Um, were you in a lot of trading communities as well, or did you only do it when you only needed something?
Um, I actually just traded like regularly. I was a farmer back when Fallout 76 first came out. I was doing White Springs and stuff like that. So I accumulated a lot, and I mean a lot of legendaries because I picked up everything. Um, so I just held on to everything. I mean, granted, some of them were crap, of course, but I still said, it could be worth, 50 caps. It's 50 caps still. So I held on to a lot of stuff.
Okay. So what made the whole environment that you had around? Like, did you like do any kind of duping? Did you do anything in that regard?
No,
Okay.
no, I never duped. I knew some people that did dupe, and, I didn't really care about duping. I mean, it's kind of easy to find stuff in game. It really is. You just have to put the time and effort into, accumulating those things. And, with the economy in the game, it's kind of easy to trade certain things for junk that you need. That's why I held on to those legendaries because I would just trade them for junk that I needed.
Okay. So did you have like a lot of ammo? You had a lot of junk. Like, what was mainly on that mule that had a lot that was absurd the
Junk,
amount? Okay.
junk. I killed some dupers. When they were trying to ban the dupers and stuff like that. So I killed them. Um, took some of their stuff, not all of it, of course, because that would take way too long. Some of them. I took stuff that I needed personally, like that were hard to come by. Um,
Like springs and stuff?
yeah, yeah, springs, flux, because I like, for me, I like to make ammo myself. I don't really care to buy ammo off people or anything because it's much easier to make it. It really is.
Okay. So you kept on a lot of the stuff that you held, and then you also gave away the stuff that you thought would be okay.
Yeah, pretty much like I would have my mule character at Vault 76, like everyone else. And, if I saw some new people on the map, I'd invite them to just come here. I drop them, a bag filled with food, stuff like that, that they, essentially would need to help them through the game, just so they don't get bored, or it's not going to be as tough for them as some people had it. So they can actually sit back, enjoy the game, and let that experience happen.
Okay. Now for the final thing, any other thing that you want to input into this before we wrap up this interview?
Um, Pretty much. I felt horrible. I've been a Bethesda fan since Morrowind, and I put in like 2,000 hours into most of their games that already come out. And you know, when this game first came out, and we looked at the modders, and they banned or suspended them for 7 days and told them fix your account, and then at the same time didn't do that to the dupers or the people that they banned. Like it doesn't matter for me, who got banned. But if you ban one group of people and give them that chance, you must do it for the rest of everyone. Just give everyone that final warning and say, listen, just don't do this. Play the game right, and let everyone, be happy pretty much.
Okay, so you are thinking that modders and dupers are having this double standard that was in this kind of environment, especially in Fallout 76?
Yes, I looked at their terms and service, and they're both in that same exact category. And if you look at the ZeniMax one, it's in the rule of conduct number 8. And the first one is about the modders, the first point. And then about 4 or 5 points down, it talks about the dupers or exploits, cheaters. Pretty much everything is in that number 8. And if you take one person, say, well, this person did this person did this, but you know you categorize it as one's worse than the other, but they're the same in your terms of service, really. And that's
Okay.
where I feel like they should just give everyone that chance. It doesn't matter what you did. You should just be given another chance, because most people that I've talked to and know would just happily say, you know what? I'll throw out all this stuff. It don't matter to me. As long as I get my character back, I'll be happy playing this game again.
Yeah, that's been like the overall standpoint is that like get rid of everything that was on our character. As long as we can keep our character and our level, like we will still play the game.
Yeah, I've been away for about a month. It frustrates me every day trying to, you know, figure out what to do. I mean, thankfully Anthem is out, so I have something to do, but at the same time, I would still be happy to have Fallout and to go back to Fallout, because I had 500 plus hours into that game. I had massive amounts of levels, and I just really enjoy Fallout. I really did. I found great communities in there, some amazing people to talk to, have adventures with and stuff. And I'm missing that, and they're missing it too.
Okay.
What platform are you on?
Hold on. I just put a I just put a peach ring in my mouth. I actually play on Xbox One.
Okay. Do you have an Xbox S, an Xbox X?
No, so yeah, this is the Xbox One X.
Okay. Um, when did you get banned?
So I just found out that I got my account actually suspended this morning. When
Oh,
I
this
opened up-
morning. Ooh.
Yeah. So and it actually came to me last week apparently. So I hadn't been playing, and that's why I didn't even know about it for the last month and a half or so.
Okay. What was received in that email? Was it the 100,000 one? Like, what
So
was the
yeah,
email?
do you want me to read the email to you, or just kind of
No,
generic?
like, was it the generic one that says if you have 100,000 of an item or whatever? Because that's the generic, like, auto message email that people have been getting. Or
Okay,
was it
yeah,
like a
so-
customized one?
Yeah, no, this one was just kind of like the 100,000 one, but
Okay.
a lot of it just didn't make sense to me because
Okay.
it said within the last 30 days, but the problem therein lies the fact that I have not played since longer than 30 days. So I don't know, it said I accumulated all these items within the last 30 days. That would be impossible.
Okay. Right, so with the next question, did you have any mods on your Xbox that were
No,
for Fallout 70? No. Okay.
no.
Next question with this: did you have one account or did you have multiple accounts for your Fallout 76 experience?
Yeah, so I had one account that I had since the beta. I don't think anything saved from the stress test, so I think just from the beta. And then I created one account the very last 3 days, like before I stopped playing, which was about a month and a half, maybe 2 months ago on that account. So that character doesn't have anything except for just to finish the first 10 Xbox rewards that for some reason the beta players didn't unlock. So you'd have to go through and play through on a new character just to unlock those Xbox achievements.
Okay. All right. So, what was exactly in your inventory, if you can remember? I know it was a while ago, but can you
Yeah.
remember exactly what you had?
So on my main character, on my person, I had just Brotherhood of Steel gear, so it was all legendary, like a legendary chest piece, a couple of legendary legs and arms, and then had my combat armor helmet, and I think I had the officer undersuit as well, and then I had a few weapons, um, just a few. They were legendary weapons. I think one of them was um, a double 50 cal. I think it was a 3-star double 50 cal. I can't remember the rest of what it did. It wasn't explosive. I know that.
Okay. Did you have a mule account on that main account that you had?
Yeah, no. So that other second account I mentioned was literally just to get the achievements. He was not a mule, so I didn't go back and forth exchanging any items between the two accounts.
Okay. Did you have absurd amounts of ammo or junk that was on one of your like characters that you've made throughout the accounts?
Well, see, I think the problem is I use, just like anybody else would, my storage to store all my junk. And being a player since the beta, I have just been storing junk there, breaking it down as much as I can, and only using it minimally. Um, so I have all that, but on top of it, on my character, I might have quite a bit of ammo that I was able to craft using the super duper maxed out, as well as I believe there's an ammunition perk that,
The ammo perk on the agility.
yeah, so I had that maxed out, and so when I would do a crafting, I'd go out and collect as much material as I could for a week, and then by a Friday or so of playing, I would then craft all of my ammo in succession at my camp to gain that experience after they had changed it to where you couldn't get experience until you were at your own camp. So I just knocked that all out pretty quick, and then saved that ammo for the queen, just because it takes a lot of 50 cal to take her down.
Especially if you didn't have two-shot explosive at the time.
Right, exactly. And I would always use my double rather than a two-shot explosive. Um, for me, it just seems like I could just, rather than having 250, I could have 500 rounds. Uh, so I just felt that to me was better.
Okay. And so you think that actually triggered the ban is the amount of ammo that you created between Super Duper and the Ammo Smith card?
Yeah, I believe so because a lot of my junk items, I only keep maybe a stack of 10, maybe of each type, because it is pretty full of armor. I do have maybe 40 to 50 different random legendary pieces of combat armor that you pick up. I'm sure you've picked up a lot of the hunter's armor or something that protects you from Mire Lurch or something. Anyway, I have a lot of that because I do run and I do run a guild, if you will, of Brotherhood of Steel members, and just kind of as an elder, if you will, uh, I would be the one to outfit players who would come into my group with that armor. I was able to turn into Brotherhood of Steel, so I would keep that legendary armor in there and just kind of try to hook them up with what I had. Although none of it was copied and none of it was duplicated, it was all just kind of random drops. But as far as the ammo, I want to say it could have been just because uh, the amount of ammo that I was able to craft was insane. I had no issues running out of ammo whatsoever with those perk cards. Collecting the materials was pretty easy, especially when you reach end game and you've reached over level 150. Um, you don't really run into too many issues when you're that level. You could pretty much take on anything, no matter what weapon.
Okay, so did you trade often, or did you only trade for when you needed stuff?
Yeah, so if I was looking for something very specific, normally it would only be for blueprints, and normally it would even be something that, like I've heard in some of the Facebook groups, some duplication communities have a lot of things. Even they wouldn't have the things I would be looking for at the time, which I think maybe one of the things that I was looking for at the time was the Brotherhood of Steel Initiate paint job, and just so many people didn't have it. So other than that, if it was a piece of armor, um, normally I would trade equivalent of what I had in my box, a piece of armor for a piece of armor. The thing
Okay.
with it is when I was trading is I would always ask them if they were a quote unquote duper and if they duplicated items, because I just preferred not to deal with that, just in case those items would, I don't know, quote unquote glitch out or disappear from my inventory, or like we have now, run into issues where the devs are pretty much taking those out of the game.
Yes, because anything that was above a stack of 10 was taken out of the game as well.
Oh, very well. So does that, if I might ask you a question, does that mean just for armor a StarCraft 10 of the same name, or
Anything.
does that? So
It was anything besides junk and ammo.
okay, yeah. So the only things I would keep in stacks of 10 really would have been at least the ammo or the junk. However, it wouldn't be uh, it wouldn't be the same name of a type of legendary armor or weapon.
Okay. All right, so one final thing. What has wrapped your experience around, and what would you like to say to people?
Um, Honestly, I have no idea since I have found out this morning. I haven't even logged into my account to even try to see if I can get in. Granted, it's only been a week since they've sent it. To other people, I would say if you want to keep a game alive and you don't want more issues down the road, even for future Bethesda games even, just try not to exploit it just solely for the reasons of exploiting. Um, I think if you find an exploit, just maybe let the devs know and maybe they could take care of it. Granted, a lot of that should have just been taken care of when we were playing through the stress test and the beta. A lot of that should have been found.
Okay, cool. All right, well, your portion is done, Corporal. Thank you.
All right, thanks, man.
What's up?
Yes, sir.
You heard all those questions. That's pretty much what's
Yes, I
going
sure
to
have.
be pretty much there. So first, we're going to start off with like, what platform are you on?
Xbox, yes.
Okay. Do you have
Now, I would
the?
like to give you the heads up, too, that I actually just received an email from my lawyer on this. And
Ooh.
he says to go with what we have agreed on and stuff like that. So
Can you
That's
share
how
with
I'll
that or
answer.
no?
Um, he didn't say I can't, but from a personal standpoint, I'd rather not go on not too much detail onto that one.
Okay, that's fine. Again, that's completely up to you.
Yeah.
Are you on the Xbox X or the S, or do you originally
I
have
had
three?
the I want to say I had the first or second gen Xbox One X, you know,
Okay.
or the Xbox
Um,
One, you know.
so when did you discover when you got banned?
I actually got banned either Saturday night or Sunday morning of last week.
Okay, and for the time, it is February 24th of today, so just to let everybody know when I'm recording.
Yeah.
Um, was it because you modded the game, or was it because of the ban wave?
It was the ban wave. It is the excessive 100,000 pounds.
Okay, so you got the auto-generated email as well.
Yes,
Okay.
but I also have more evidence. I have more in-depth details as to why I was banned and everything like that. I've got
Would you be able to
screenshots.
share with giving me PMs?
Yes, 100% on that.
Okay.
My lawyer actually wants my video of my inventory before I was banned and stuff like that.
Okay.
When the whole thing went through of, hey, we're gonna be ripping items from characters and players and stuff like that. My lawyer advised, or a buddy of mine that deals with the legalities and stuff like that, he goes, dude, what you need to do is record your inventory. I have the videos from all three of the accounts on both Xboxes. I have those videos on my console, actually. I have the files zipped. I just need to figure out how to send them out. I am more than willing to send those to you as well.
Sony Vegas is very good if you're going to be making it into a clip, but that's just for you. Um, with that, you said you had multiple accounts. Did you purchase multiple accounts, or did you do the family share thing with Xbox?
What I did is I had two actual Microsoft accounts that
Okay.
were ran separate emails and everything like that. The only thing linked to each other was my debit card, of course.
Okay.
One was my kid's account that was banned. The other one, it had two characters on it, and that was my main account, and then a mule for me.
Okay. What do you think on your account that triggered the ban?
Well, initially I thought it was, having multiple legendary items that I got from other players. I initially thought it was that. However,
Okay.
I did receive the email, and I am willing to read that email exactly to you.
Is
Let me
this
pull
their
that up.
response?
Yes, this was actually Bethesda's response. Yes.
Okay.
Greetings. This account has violated the code of conduct and terms of service by exploiting a system issue that results in item duplication. This account found, and this was my main account. I have received. No, keep in mind, this is my main account. I have not received anything on my kid's account at all, other
Okay.
than the hey, your account was suspended. But this is my main account. Greetings. This account has violated the code of conduct in terms of service by exploiting a system issue that results in item duplication. This account found with the following exploited items: Nuka Cola's 103,238, Ultracite ammo 67,025. We also see a secondary account also action with the following exploited items: Flux 86,288, Ultracite ammo 118,928. Due to, due to the extent and scale of the violation and what the game data shows, this account's access to Fallout 76 has been suspended until such time as this issue is fixed in a future patch. Once the fix is live and confirmed, we will reactivate this account and notify you that you are able to access the game again. This decision is final and no further appeals will be considered. Please take a few moments to review our terms of service and code of conduct, blah, blah, blah.
Okay, so how did you manage to get those materials and stuff like that?
I did not.
You
I
did
did
not
not.
get those materials.
No, I did not. I actually have the videos of all three of the accounts, with everything on them.
Okay.
They were recorded and everything through my Xbox Capture. they're not smart enough to do that stuff or anything like that. Like I had a buddy of mine tell me how to zip a video, which
Okay.
needs to be sent to the lawyer still. But
Okay.
no, if you actually total up the main account and stuff, I had just shy of 23,000 rounds of ultrasight, and nowhere near that amount of flux. I've never had that many Nuka-Colas. I've got the proof that says that I haven't. I physically do not have any of those.
Okay. Have you ever picked up large amounts and then dropped them off? Like, have you ever hunted dupers or something like that?
I did hunt dupers, but I was not hunting them specifically to kill them to take their items.
Okay.
I would private message them stating that, hey, I think you're duplicating, dude, blah, blah, blah. I did catch some dupers that I actually screenshot their inventory and everything like
Okay.
that. And because of that, I was actually doxxed, and I had actually talked to Bethesda about this. I was doxxed. They gave my full home address, my full IP address to my Xbox, and the local authorities were actually informed specifically to save my ass from getting swatted.
Okay.
The one guy was they had actually threatened to come to my house and kill me, my girlfriend, and our kids.
Well,
And the one guy was actually local.
That's pretty much fair.
Relatively speaking, he was local. He was in the same state as me.
So
Yeah,
I mean,
he was
that's
just a
with
short
Amazon
couple hours
CloudFront
drive.
services. But
Sorry,
that's
what was that?
Okay, so Amazon Web Services, what they do is they bring you to the closest like server hub, so they can match you to the best server ping when it comes to that. And Amazon's really good for that. They took advantage of that because Amazon Web Services are the best when it comes to server side. So they matched you somebody that was in very close proximity to your location for your
That
best
was also
experience.
playing with somebody who was foreign and stuff like that. I was told that if this continues and stuff like that, that the FBI and Interpol would be getting involved on the situation.
Well, yours is definitely in the more extreme category for what I've interviewed, but yeah, thank you for sharing your stuff. And
Oh, no problem. I've actually got more and stuff like that too. I do have a recording as well through me contacting Bethesda.
ooh, so did you
Yes,
actually call them?
I called Bethesda. Yes, I called their Maryland location. I was informed to actually never contact them again, never to call them again. And the quote unquote supervisor that I was speaking to informed me that he did not want to be recorded. He did not want his voice recorded. Now I live in a one-party consent state. So as long as I informed them that that my phone call was recorded, that's all I have to do and stuff for my state. But they are
And
in a
what state
state.
are you in? If you want to
I am
say?
in Missouri.
Missouri.
Maryland states that, hey, it's completely illegal. You have to have both party consent, blah, blah, blah. But as me being the consumer and stuff like that, it's one of those things.
Okay.
Now, would I be willing to share that audio?
No, that is on you because again, it sounds like you have a legality point, and again,
Yes.
it's up to you. Okay. It's
Yes, I am
completely up to
also
you.
getting the FTC involved as well, the Federal Trade Commission.
Okay. So, did you trade often when it comes to your accounts when you were on Xbox? Like, did you trade with a lot of people, or did you only trade it to like need something?
Yes, I did trade a lot. I was supportive of a couple of Brotherhood of Steel clans. There were a couple of Enclave clans that I was helping as well. If they wanted items and stuff like that, like items that I could craft, because I was going through grinding to purchase items and stuff like that. So yes, I did grind very hard for my items. I did grind very hard for my caps. I never did the whole Nuka-Colas, none of that. No, 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 no. But I would trade often. I had a lot of plans. I had 100% camp build. I even purchased every item from the Atom Shop for the camp as well.
Well, that's a pretty penny too.
Oh yeah, it was.
Yeah. How much would that be? Like $300 or something like that?
Honestly, I do not know for 100% certainty. The last estimated running total for all camp items was approximately $200 to $250 that I had. I would actually have to go through my bank records, but total for just for the Xboxes, the Fallout items for the Xbox and stuff, the my account or my game disc, the kid's digital copy, um, the Fallout 76 guide, the Pit Boy, and everything like that came out to be anywhere from $240 to $280 without taxes.
Ooh, ooh, is right. All right. Do you have any other thoughts that you want to say before you, like, whatever you want to give me? Yeah, as in, like, video evidence that you did not have that stuff and everything else. Like, anything
I
that you
am
want to say
much
to
more
me.
than willing to try to send you those videos and stuff like that. They're all on my laptop. I have no problem sending those. Um, well, I think my main account, I had actually loaned my Xbox to a buddy of mine.
Okay.
Once everything was going down, once the kids stopped playing a lot and stuff, I just loaned him my Xbox. But
Okay.
he's never played Fallout 76 really. Um, and I do want to mention that the 10 stack items was not true.
It was not true for you?
No, I have 115 Brotherhood of Steel Initiate paint.
Paint is different because
The plan.
it was mainly, now the stacks were for legendary weapons with mods, and it was for armors. It wasn't for like plans and stuff. It was only
Okay.
for those two categories.
Okay then.
It's not for
Yeah.
plans
The
because you
only
can stack plans and stuff.
the only thing I have to say and stuff like that is because I am getting the FTC involved, the Federal Trade Commission involved on this, is that even though our lawyers' hands are tied from class action lawsuits, I would like to put out that if enough people contact the FTC to complaint for Bethesda on their unfair and unethical business practices, I mean, the more the better, because hopefully the FTC could actually force a class action lawsuit.
They can. They can. You are right. If enough people complain about it, a class action can be refuted, even if it breaks the licensing agreement that you signed for with Bethesda, because it would be unlawful practices.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know
So
for
I
that.
would actually advise that anybody who is banned for bullshit, okay, especially like me, contact the FTC, get a lawyer involved and stuff, contact the FTC, file a formal complaint with the FTC. Try and hold Bethesda accountable for what they've done.
So after like making sure that you guys see the highlights from everybody that I recorded and I've interviewed, these are 15 that were pretty like eye-opening when it comes to it, because when I was talking to them, most of them that I've seen on this bandwave did not do anything when it comes to duplicating. Some things might have been flagged because they were hunting down dupers and they picked up duplicate stuff. I mean, to be fair, there's no way for Bethesda to tell on what is a duplicate item or not. What would have been the more appropriate action in my eyes, especially, is that they should have just dev wiped everything that was on that character, kept the level, and kept the perk cards, and that's it. They should have wiped everything in that regard. But I'm going to throw this now to everyone that has watched this whole interview process and everything else. What do you guys think that would have been a better thing for most of these people that are getting bans on this regard? Because right now there's a lot more false positives than for what I've seen, especially for the people that I've talked to over the last few days when it came to these bans, when it came to Fallout 76, whether you were on Xbox, PC, or you were on PS4. A lot of these I see that it's been very overgeneralized because of their terms of service policy, which is inside ZeniMax. And for what I've personally seen when it came to it, and with them being in the same category in rules of conduct when it came to modders, as well as people that were exploiting in the game, there should have been a little bit more leeway because there's not much of a audience to be getting there in the first place, especially when Fallout 76 is part of a very big community, as well as I am part of it as well, that this is such a big deal for a lot of people because people love the franchise and people will dump $200, $300, $400 worth of stuff and just be able to buy their things and whatever, or they have their collectibles because maybe they like that jacket, maybe they got the collector's edition of the helmet piece and they really want to show off because they support the company that they were a part of. And now, especially for the hardcore people that have been farming for this game for ages, have anywhere from 500 to 900 hours. And this is why I made this whole video. I would like to have that person that did that original Reddit thread of 900 hours, but at the same time, it's better to hear from other people as well instead of the same person just from another media. And again, this is just a very hard hitter when it comes to a lot of the people that are still playing the game. So if you accumulated too much stuff, you could get banned. If you farmed and you traded, which is what the game is wanting for you to do, you can get banned because you opened up your media so that you can craft this weapon, you can craft this item. Let's say a person can't make prime Gauss ammo because he doesn't have the plans learned on his character, so he puts out a thread or something else so that he can actually ask for the ammo. And then that person that makes the ammo for him, because he gets the raw materials, will then be like, hey, I made this amount of materials for you, here you go, here's your ammo, and everything else like that. And then that person that crafted everything could be banned. Or if you were in a group, like let's say you were in a social group for just like, let's say you were in a Brotherhood of Steel like group and you had like maybe 15, 16 active players that were playing Fallout 76, that you would be inadvertently banhammered because you would have one person that was the craftable person in the group. And especially because you're doing a whole environment and you're very coordinated together, like there is a lot of groups when it comes to this kind of category because Fallout 76 was meant to be played together, not separate from other people and not a lone game. So I don't think that Bethesda factored in everything, especially from the people and from my own experience, from what I learned in Fallout 76, as well as from other sources. Again, I'm going to shoot it to you guys. What do you guys think about this? Do you guys think that it's honestly right that Bethesda's having a lot of people that are supporting their game getting banned, especially in these types of manners? I mean, there's a lot of things that are into this as well, and I just wanted to make sure that you guys can see at least some of what of these repercussions are when it comes to Bethesda and their game of Fallout 76. And have a good one, guys. And if you guys like this, like, comment, share, and if you really like the work that I put in, just there's also a Patreon down below. Have a good one, guys.